Michelle, can you? Okay, thank you very much. Good morning. Hi, Ten George Realty. Uh, Welcome back, everybody, from the July 4th weekend. I hope you have a nice one. And also welcome back, Michelle, from your vacation. I think
Yay.
you're
Yes, welcome.
refreshed and refreshed, and that's good. And well, believe it or not, this is the second week of the second half of 2026. Okay, and the good news is that the market is getting better. The buyers have the prices that the house prices down at 0.8% compared to last year,
Mhm.
and the rate is about 6.54, and then you have more chance to bargain with the seller as well. As for the seller, the supply is reasonably good. It's 1.13 months of supply. And the houses are selling at 99% of the listing price. So that's good. And so this is a good time to go prospecting. And talking about prospecting, we are honored to have Matthew Lavano from Stewart Title. We're talking about using the AI to do the prospecting. And also he will give us an in-depth seminar on Wednesday, right, Matt?
Yep,
And
exactly.
diving into to the AI the prospecting. So that's very good. We're looking forward to that. But before we let Matthew talk, let's introduce the other affiliates. Let's begin with John Wax. John, good morning.
Thank you, Peter. Michelle, welcome back. Yes, it's great. It's great to be here, and thank you for allowing us to be here on these meetings because it's important. We want to import great information they can use to help gain business as well as maintain their clients. Right now, yes, people are going to come back from their vacations. They're going to get back into life. And it's time to keep in front of your clients. So the main thing to do is brand. I got my branding on, my Snap and HD shirt on. And if you're wearing name tags, wear your name tags when you're out picking up your kids from camp, or if you're going to summer school, or just anywhere, stores or whatnot. People will go up to you, think you may work there, and then all of a sudden realize you're in real estate. And then you have that opportunity because I'll ask you, how's the real estate market? Boom, you've got a lead in. They can say your name, they feel comfortable. The other thing is step outside the box. If there's a bank that you do business with, contact them. See if for a couple hours on a Saturday or any day you can sit to answer questions about the real estate market. And then obviously if they have questions about lending and whatnot, you can turn it back to the bank. But at least you're there to get in front of people, answer questions, and be able to get the business. I wanted to let you know that there's a couple things besides ordering a report, Snap and HD up front. There are certain things people call me on. What about methane gas? Where is that gonna where is that gonna come into? Are there methane gas areas in the San Gabriel Valley? Yes, there are. They may not be right there, but they're usually around solid landfills. I don't know who's trying to get me. Solid landfills and the methane gas. I'll name a couple. Puente Hills landfill. It's at Whittier, Hacienda Heights. BK landfill in West Covina, and the Spandera landfill in Pomona. These are just some of them, but that's where you're going to find methane gas. And yes, methane gas is hazardous, but we're going to let you know in the report if the property is affected by methane gas. But those are the main sites. They're solid waste facilities, and methane emits from them. Anyway, just I'm only a phone call, text, or email away. Use me, use your team. We're here to help you, make you look good, answer your questions that you and your clients have, because you're as strong when you work with the team. And I'm proud to be a part of your team. Let's have a great first month of the third quarter. I can't believe we're halfway through. But anyway, I'm here for you. I'll put my information in the chat. Thank you. Thank you. Have a wonderful, wonderful week. Stay cool. Stay hydrated.
Thank you, John. I was wondering if you find out that your property is affected by methane gas, what kind of things that you can comfort the buyer in terms of
Well,
remediations, in
right.
terms of, you know,
What
correction?
I would do is we a lot of you know Ami.
Mm-hmm.
He's a environmental specialist. So I would refer you to him to let him consult you because I'm not an expert in that. He'd be the one to consult, and I'd refer you. I have his information. Contact me. I'll put you in touch with him. But like I said, he's the one to tell you how to eliminate it, how to deal with it, and if it will affect the property.
I see. Okay.
Okay?
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
All
All
right.
right. Bye.
Okay, next we have Sandy Franco from First American Title.
Home warranty. That's all good, Peter. It's First American.
I'm sorry.
We're Eagles. We're good.
Home warranty, sorry.
It's all good. I'm representing the Eagles today. So I want to let you know that home warranty has 2 promotions going right now. We have one for first responders, $75 off any plan, any warranty, and that's ongoing. There's no end date on that. And for your non-first responders, for all of July and all of August, any order placed in July or in August, I can apply a $50 discount. So if you have any home warranty orders you need me to take care of for you, shoot it over and tell me you want the cool 50 discount, and I can apply that for you and get the invoices over to escrow. So stay cool, stay indoors. Good luck. Drink lots of water.
Yeah.
And if your air conditioner fails, I'm here for you. Give me a call or a text. Have a great day and a great week, everyone.
Okay, thank you, Sandy. All right, now we have Nicole Manat from Fidelity National. Nicole, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. Good morning. Hi, Ten. Thank you, Peter and Michelle, and welcome back. I hope you had a wonderful vacation, Michelle.
Thank you.
So in title and in our industry, modern closings deserve modern solutions. So Fidelity has partnered with Clear. And what that means is we are able to bring secure, trusted identity verification at our closings. So the clients are able to use their Clear to identify themselves, and this way we know who we're working with. So I just wanted to share, this has officially launched today, and this will help with our transactions. I'm here to support you and your title needs. And if there's anything that you need, reach out to me, Nicole Menard, Fidelity National Title. I'll leave my info in the chat. Have a great day and a successful week. Thank you.
Thank you, Nicole. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, and next we have Unita Wu from HWA Home Warranty. Unita, good morning.
Good morning, Peter. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Michelle. I just want to say hello to everybody. Happy Monday. If you guys do need any home warranty, we're still 13 months home warranty. We do give additional 1 month free. Our trade call fee has not been going up, so we're still in the low trade call fee as well. So if you guys do need any home warranty needs, please reach out to English, Chinese, Mandarin, and Indonesian. And on top of that, too, I do want to let everybody know we do cover roof leak repair, rekey, and pool and spa, and ADU, because a lot of people, like sometimes nowadays, have a lot of ADU. Please let me know if you guys do have an ADU, so then we could be able to put in the policy correctly, because sometimes like I have one that has a pool but never disclose it, so we don't know, because we as a rep, we never take a look at the property ourselves. So if you have any specific things that you want to be covered, please do let me know, because we do have them under the optional coverage. Thank you guys. Have a great Monday and have a great week ahead. Thank you.
Thank you, Unita. Thank you. All right, do we have any affiliates in the training room, Michelle?
No.
What about me?
Oh, Marie. Oh, sorry, Marie. How did I miss you? Did you come in late?
I did.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, now go ahead, Marie.
Good
Welcome.
morning, everyone. Marie with Contempo Escrow here to help you grow your business. You know, Peter's correct about the market right now. The market is definitely moving on all ends. We are seeing a lot more seller concessions for transactions to work. And sometimes even with our seller concessions are getting to a point where sometimes they're larger than what we can account for. So the lenders are getting creative. Like I have a transaction in which my seller cost credit was $30,000, but the buyer got a really good loan, so they didn't have enough cost. So we had to break our seller closing cost credit into what we were able to allot for the seller, but for the buyer. But then the buyer had some repairs that they were doing, and we were able to submit on the seller side for the seller to pay the invoices on the buyer's behalf to use up all the credit. We put it in writing to an amendment. Everybody's happy. So don't be afraid of having more costs, because sometimes the lenders can get really creative as to what they will allow to be paid. In this case, my buyer was able to use all $30,000. My sellers were happy. So the market is still moving out there. I think we're seeing a different time in how things are being handled, but it's definitely moving. So if you have anything you need, farming equipment you need, if you need estimates for your listing appointments, if you just have questions, feel free to give me a call. I'm always here and available. Continue to reach out to your sphere of influence, your door knocking, your cold calls, whatever it is that you do, speaking to other people and letting them know you're in the industry. The market's definitely moving. So definitely reach out to your sphere of influence for business. You guys have a great week.
Thank you, Mary. Thank you very much. Okay, now it's time to introduce our affiliate spotlight today. As I said, Matthew Lavano is from Stewart Title. He's an expert in the AI, and he's still going to talk about AI to prospect your clients. And he's going to give us a little bit taste, that today, and he's going to dive in even more on Wednesday. So Wednesday at 1 o'clock, he'll come back and do an even more involved presentation. But right now, let's welcome Matthew Lavano from Stewart Title. Matthew.
Thank you so much for the introduction. Yeah, I don't want to give too much away today. What I'm going to do is kind of just we're going to dip our toes into AI. And I mean, as everyone knows, AI is kind of taken over, whether it's for the good or for the bad. But if you're not using AI today, I highly recommend that you use it, right? Whether it's a GPT or whether it's Claude. I preferred Claude, to be completely honest with you. I think it's a little bit better in terms of organizing your data. So I definitely use that. Also, I wanted to mention too, I just got back from, I don't know if you guys know this, Italy. I got married 2 weeks ago.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Honeymoon, right?
Yeah, it was my honeymoon, exactly. So I'm back and I'm ready to work, and anyone that needs anything, you let me know. But I'll kind of just run down the list here. Is the presentation on Wednesday is number one. It's going to cover how to use AI to identify homeowners that are most likely to sell. Now, let's just say you're farming a neighborhood and you want to send postcards, you want to go door knocking, you want to make sure that you're not essentially guessing the demographic of each person and the demographic of a neighborhood. You want to know exactly who you're targeting, because number one, that's going to save you time. And number two, more importantly, it's going to save you a lot of money, right? So what I'm going to show you on Wednesday is going to kind of speed up that process. So when you're ready to start farming, you know exactly who to call to help you do that. Now, this program that I'm going to show you on Wednesday, it has a success rate of 70%, and it knows the people who are possibly going to list in the next 12 to 18 months. Now, imagine knowing this person has a 70% success rate that they're going to list their house in the next 12 to 18 months. You know that information. You can get their phone number, their emails, however you want to market to them. But the most important thing is you want to make sure that you're marketing to these people, right? If someone wants to buy or sell their house, what's the first thing that they're going to do? In my opinion, they're probably going to Google you, right? You want to make sure that number one, you have an online presence. And number two is you want to make sure that you're marketing to these people, because to be completely honest with you, if you don't market to them, you do not exist in their head, right? So number two is how to use AI hot movers technology and why it's better than traditional farming. I kind of just mentioned it, but traditional farming, or maybe even like every door direct mail. If you guys don't know what every door direct mail is, that's basically sending a postcard or sending a piece of marketing information to a carrier route, right? Think of a mailman, right? They have a carrier route and they stick to this carrier route and then they're done for the day with this neighborhood. But everyone is going to be the same person in that carrier route, whether they lived in that property for 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 30 years. You want to make sure that you're differentiating each person in that neighborhood. So when you do market to them, it's going to be unique to their situation, right? Proven strategies and how to market yourself to stay top of mind with future sellers. Again, you want to stay top of mind. So on Wednesday, what I'm also going to do is I'm going to teach you how to market yourself. I'm going to teach you the cadence to market yourself. And I'm also going to teach you the exact thing and marketing piece that you need to send to stay top of mind, right? So why consistent branding, follow-up, and visibility are just important as finding the right leads. I think this is for anyone and everyone in the business, and I think everyone can agree with me here, is you want to stay top of mind with your clients, right? Or you just want to stay top of mind in general, because when these people are ready to buy or when these people are ready to sell, you are going to be the first person that they think of, right? So Wednesday, 1 o'clock, I'll be presenting this AI, how to stay top of mind and how to market yourself in a neighborhood. And another thing too is when I do present this on Wednesday, it's going to sound a little bit backwards, but bear with me here. I'm not necessarily training you on how to use the program, right? Again, bear with me. And the reason I say that is because it took me a few weeks to learn this program. What I'm doing is I'm showing you what's available, right? So you don't need to stress out and you don't need to learn it in the next, in the hour presentation that I have, because it's probably not going to happen. But again, what I'm doing is I'm showing you what's available so that when you're ready to start farming and you're ready to start marketing and you're ready to start calling, emailing, whatever you're ready to start doing, you know exactly who to call to help make that process easier for you. And that's going to be me. But other than that, Wednesday, 1 p.m., AI, how to market yourself and how to find the right neighborhood to target.
Matt, you mentioned that the program will take a long time to learn. How extensive is the program?
So think about it this way. The program has a lot of functionalities, right? There's a lot you can do on the program. What I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of like pick out the important parts. Mm-hmm. What I also want to stress is I like to do a lot of one-on-one meetings, right? So I show you the program, and then if you're interested in learning and diving more into the program, then we set up a one-on-one meeting, and then we can do that as well, because you can't learn a program in an hour training. I don't think it's going to happen. It took me weeks to learn it. But again, this is why consistency is important, getting out of your comfort zone and trying something new. But I also want to reiterate is that I'm here to help you do it. You're not going to be doing it alone.
I see. Is this program free to all the agents?
Oh, yeah, definitely. 100% free.
And they have to sign up for that, right?
Yeah. All you need is an email, and then I'll send you the program. It's a free login, and then you can start using it and putting it in use right away.
Okay, very good. Okay, wonderful. We're looking forward to it.
Thank you. Me too.
Thank you. I think that would be very useful for the agents to prospect that using the AI. And so, yeah, that would be very good. All right. And now, as I said, this Wednesday, Matt Lovano is going to have another seminar at 1 o'clock. So I hope everybody can join and learn the program, and also he said that he's going to have a one-on-one sessions to train you on the application. So that was good. And on Friday we have we'll be having a training by Michelle on the the commercial real estate forms, right, Michelle?
Yeah, the car commercial purchase agreement.
Yeah, and then the next year we'll do the AII. Forms. Okay. All right. Any questions? Well, if not, I would like Michelle to talk to us about the listings and the sales and the closing of escrows.
Okay, so we have a couple of weeks from 6/29 through 7/10. 168, new escrows, 168 Monterey Street, 213, 645,000. That's Nina and Tatiana are the listing agent on that condo. 8162 Arroyo Rosemead. That's a commercial lease. Shumay Cam represented both sides. That lease value was 50,000. 203 North Nicholson Avenue in Monterey Park. That's a residential listing. That's Harrison and Shumay Cam at 860,000. 712 North Longden Avenue in Arcadia. That is a lease, a residential lease. Sharon Chow represented both sides at 44,000. 2574 Ganesha Avenue in Altadena. That was listing agent Gary Lee. He's sold land, has land in escrow for 753. And 168 South Monterey Street, 211 in Alhambra. That's a condo. Listing agents are Tatiana and Nina Shu. 9573 Garvey Avenue, number 14 in El Monte. Lucy Clark represented a lease for 48,000, both ends. 3305 Aaron Lane in Los Angeles. It is a referral. Tatiana Dang had a referral on that. 18335 East Payson Street in Azusa. Camila Vera is a listing agent. That is a residential, and it's 699,000. 438 East Newmark Avenue, number A, Monterey Park. That is a condo. The selling agent is Amy Wang at 760. New listings, 825 Golden West Avenue, number 8 in Arcadia. That is a lease for 4,000 a month, and that's for Laura Shin is the listing agent. And 3695 Holly Vista Drive in Highland. Camilla and Jimmy are the listing agents on a residential for 580,000. 23383 East Golden Springs Drive in Diamond Bar. That is a lease, commercial lease. Shumay Cam is a listing agent, 3,080 a month. 1765 Sharon Place in San Marino, 5,000 a month. That's a lease. Camila Vera is the listing agent. 321 Pascual Avenue in San Gabriel. Shumay Cam is the listing agent. 1,090,000. That is residential. Closed escrows. Okay. 9573 Garvey Avenue in South Amani. That lease was closed by Lucy at 48,000. 3306 Area Lane in Los Angeles. That is a referral fee that Tatiana Dang was paid on. 2807 Wilhelmina Avenue in Burbank. That's 1.855. And that is Miles Chow. That was a lease. No, that had to be a sell. Okay, that is a sell, not a lease, excuse me. And 8151 Arroyo Drive, Rosemead. That is Shumay Cam, double-ended on that lease. And let's see, 26742 Portola Parkway and Foothill Ranch, 2.150. Richard Wang was the selling agent. 2908 Cogswell in El Monte, 1.350. Income property. That was closed by Sharon Chow, representing both ends. 1855 Fern Avenue in Ontario. Oscar Cantalero, that was residential, that closed at 1.080. 712 North Longden Avenue in Arcadia. That was a lease double-ended by Sharon Chow at 44,000. 168 South Monterey, number 502 in Alhambra. Nina Shu double-ended that condo at 938. 419 North Chandler, number 413. Monterey Park was double-ended by Nina and Tatiana. That's a condo at 675. And finally, let's see, 9573. Oh, I already read those. So that was it. That's a lot for 2 weeks. Congratulations to everybody. Thank you so much.
Yeah, that's good. It looks like the activity has been going up for the last 2 weeks. So that's encouraging news. So, we still have a few more months of this year, and this is time to wrap up your engines.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Any more listing or sales that we have not mentioned that you have any reduction in price or anything to speak up about your listings or sales? Anybody?
This is Camelia.
Amelia, yes.
Hi, just want to say I'm taking backup offers on 18335 Payson. It's a great little house.
18335 please.
Yeah,
Backup
taking
offers?
backup offers. Yeah, taking
699,000, right?
yes, that's the beginning price.
It's okay. It's for residential.
Yes.
In
We're not
Azusa.
we're not disclosing the price that we're in escrow for.
Okay, you're in escrow, but you're
Taking backup offers.
taking backup offers? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you. Anybody else? Okay, if nobody has anything to say, then I will do my presentation today, and is about the BRBC. Well, you know that the BRBC has been around for 2 years, since lots, you know, already since the NAR settlement. But there's still a lot of questions, a lot of uncertainty about the BRBC, whether for its use or you know, there's still a lot of issues about it, and we talk about it in the CAR, the town hall discussion, and they suggest some solutions to that. So I'm going to talk about that with you, so that you'll be updated with this development. Okay. What happened? Okay. Now I'm just going to briefly tell you what we're going to cover today. First of all, we're going to tell you about the rules and refresh your memory about the rules. And we're going to tell you about the 3 persistent problems and the solutions that will work to solve those problems. And then we have a little discussion later on. Okay, now as you know, the BRBC rules came into place about 2 years ago in August 2024, when the NAR settled the nationwide lawsuits, and they're requiring that every buyer should sign a BRBC agreement before the property is shown to them. That is for the residential units, 1 to 4 units. For this settlement, it does not cover it does not apply to the commercial real estate. But in January 1st, 2025, California codified their statutes to include the requirement of a BRBC for any property, including the commercial and residential. And they said you have to have a BRBC signed at the earliest practical time. But then it will, no matter what, it should not be later than before submitting an offer. Now, right now, the interpretation from DRE is that the earliest practical time is presumed to be the prior to showing the property. In other words, if you are looking at the DRE, the rules and regulations, it requires you to have a BRBC before you show the property for both residential as well as commercial real estate. So that should be very clear to everybody. You know, so if you violate this rule and regulations, or then you are in a violation of property of the NAR national settlement, and also a violation of California law. So you have 3 areas that you are in violation if you don't have a BRBC in place when you're showing the properties. So that is very serious, and also don't do that. Now, as I said, there are still persisting problems. There are 3 major problems that are concerned about the BRBC. The first problem is that the buyer agent skipped signing the BLBC. As you know that you used to before the settlement, nobody need to sign the BLBC when they're representing the buyer. But even after 2 years into the settlement, the agents are still not used to it. They and because a lot of times the customer or the client push back and saying that, well, we never had to do that before. Why are we doing it now? And then some clients said, well, I'm just trying to seize some property and decided whether I would engage you as my permanent representative for my buying properties. And so the clients are not willing to sign that BLBC because they seem to be a little burden for them. But you cannot let the client dictate what they want. You have to tell them specifically that prior to any showing, every time, no exception, you have to get the BLBC signed. Because if you don't, you can get in violation of the settlement, you can get into a violation with the California law, and you can get into a violation of the rules and regulations of the BLE. And that can be very serious. So, and also when you're talking to your client, you don't you have to be confident that, hey, this is the way to do it, no wishy-washy way that to handle it, because if you are lax about it, then the one who get in trouble is you, not the client. So, okay, and if the client said, well, I'll sign later, don't worry about it, let's go see a property. No, don't do that. This is a stop sign. If they said that, this is a stop sign, not a green light. You cannot let the client dictate what they want about the BLBC. Period. Now, the second problem is that is a lot of times that you kind of afraid to commit the buyer to give you a higher commission rate. For example, when you negotiate with the buyers, they say, well, maybe you can give me 1%, 1.5%, or 2%, and the buyer is willing to give you 1.5%. But then when you present it to the seller was willing to give you 2.5%. So that's more than what the buyer initially agreed to pay you as an agent. But later on, if you're an escrow or a later part of the deal, you cannot change the BLBC to a higher rate than what you have originally agreed to. For example, if you originally agreed to have 2%, and if the seller was willing to pay you for 2.5%, you cannot change it later, even though if the seller is willing to pay you for that, because you have to stick to what you have promised, or what the buyer has promised originally to pay you the rate. Okay, and then nowadays the escrow will probably ask you for the original BLBC to verify that is that is within the rate that is promised by the client. And if you want more commission from the seller, that is a strict violation, okay, of the NAR settlement, and it's a no-no, okay. And the risk is that the settlement-related claims by the attorneys around, because a lot of attorneys are out there are looking for claims. If you violate the NAR settlement, they can sue you. And when they sue you, you'll be in trouble. That brokerage will be in trouble. So and you just simply cannot change it later on in the later part of the game. And if you have if the buyer has committed to a certain rate, you stick to that rate, okay? And if later on the seller wants to give you a higher rate, doesn't matter. You have to eat it, okay? So in the beginning, you probably should start with a higher rate, you know, like 3% usually. And if the seller is only willing to pay you 2.5%, that's fine, you know, as long as it's not over the rate that the buyers promised to pay you. Now, but the buyers are, you know, probably kind of hesitant to give you a higher rate, but you can assure them that, hey, if you want to limit the buyer's commitment, you can check the box and saying that the buyer does not have the ability afford the financial ability to pay for the commission if the seller does not pay. So that will give the buyer a backup plan. So in case the seller would not pay the amount that is desired by the buyer. So that is the proper way to solve the problem instead of bumping up the compensation later to match the higher RPA offer. Okay. And the third problem is that a buyer cancels one BRBC and sign with another broker. Now, this is very common because a lot of buyers want to have a maximum exposure, right? To try to get different properties that they like, or to have the representation of multiple buyer's agent. But if they have an exclusive agreement, they cannot do that. And if they want to change their exclusive agreement, listing agreement, they have to give you 30 days notice by default. And so if they want to change it to another broker at the middle of the game, in the middle of the transaction, you know, and not telling the new agent that they have a previous representation of the deal, then they will risk have the risk of the buyer paying double the commission, one for the original broker and one for the new broker. So that is very important. So when you try to take a new listing, the question to ask is that always ask whether the buyer is currently working or have they been previously worked with another broker. But this is the very important question, because if they do, then you have to ask them whether it's exclusive or non-exclusive. And if it's exclusive, you cannot take it, no matter what. If it's exclusive, if the expiration date has not come due, you cannot represent that the buyer at that time. You have to wait until the exclusive agreement expire. And also, you cannot, even if they expire, it might have a good faith period where the original broker is entitled to the commission after the expiration of the agreements. So you have to find out whether it's exclusive or non-exclusive. If it's non-exclusive, then you have to find out how much they have involved in that property. And if they want to still work on the same property, then you have to find out who is representing who and how much each broker deserve the commissions. So you have to work it out. You have to find out from the other broker whether that you are starting with a clean slate. Okay, that it's very very important. And also you request a copy of the agreement and see if there's any cancellation notice and the confirmation of the cancellation. If everything is done properly and there's no loose ends, yeah, you can represent that buyer. But other than that, you have to be careful if the buyers change course during the middle of the transaction. And also don't give legal advice on the effect or to the first broker. You can always contact them and get more information later. And try not to give legal opinions. Okay, so in summary, the three problems that we mentioned is the first one is no signing BRBC before showing the property. The risk is that you have lost commission and also you are subject to the DRE discipline. So the solution will be you have to sign first, then you show second, always. Okay, if without the signed BRBC, don't show any property, don't do anything to market the property to the buyer. Okay, the second problem is the raising the BRBC compensation to match the RPA. The risk is the plenty of lawyers out there will sue you for the violation of the settlement claims and also the fiduciary duty breach to your client. And so the solution will be to price it out right up front, and then you hold the number. In other words, if you decide to have 3% from the buyer maximum, that's the maximum that you can get it from the seller. Okay, no more, no more than that. So when you're committed to the number, you hold and stick with the number. The third problem is that the buyer switch to brokers in the mid agreement. The risk is the double pay claims, also the ethic violations of the DRE rules and regulations. So the solution will be always ask, and then you verify what's going on, whether it's exclusive listing or a non-exclusive listing, whether the cancellation is properly done, and also you get the paperwork. So if you get all that, then you can comfortably, and if there's no problem, you can comfortably represent the buyer. Okay, so you're starting today. Your action plan is that never show without a signature. Okay, so you get into a habit of signing the BRBC first before you represent any buyer, no exception. Okay, and then you always ask about whether you have a prior broker every time, because you cannot afford to represent someone that has been represented before and that has not been canceled properly. And also you set your fees and hold it. In other words, you decide at first how much percentage of your commission you want, and then you stick with the number. You don't try to change it when you have opening escrows or getting the deal closed. Okay. And also will know when you call your broker. So what do you say? If a buyer asks you, oh, I just want to see the house, we can sign the PRBC later. Don't believe them, and don't let them dictate what you have to do. You have to get the BRBC signed before you represent it to them. No exceptions, okay? And then if you have more than you want to get more than the BRBC specified originally, you cannot do that. So the best way is to have a higher rate when you negotiate with the buyer, and tell them that if you cannot pay for later on, they're not obligated to, and as long as you check the box that they're financially unable to pay the commissions. So you stick with the number and live with it, okay? And then and if the new buyer mentions that they used to work with someone else, now this is a red flag. Yeah. So you have to find out everything about the arrangement, the prior arrangement with somebody else, and whether see they are properly canceled, and whether they're free to contract with another buyer's broker for the transaction. Okay, so so get into a habit of sign early, price it right, and also ask first. And if you can do that, three things, you'll solve most of the issues with a BRBC, and your life will be much easier. Okay, so that's the ultimate advice. You sign early, price it right, and then ask first. All right, that's all I have to share with you today. Any question about BRBC? I know that it's a simple matter, but hey, there's still a lot of nuances with this simple matter, and everybody should know. Okay, don't get in trouble. It's very easy to get in trouble, I tell you.
Peter, I have a question. This is Camelia.
Yeah, Camelia.
What is the rule for the BRBC in terms of providing that to the other people? Because sometimes people don't provide it at all. Or they don't ask for it.
If the escrow wants to find out exactly what the buyers are willing to pay for commission, yes, you have to let the escrow know, and the buyer has to know the figure too. I mean, not the buyer, the seller has to know the figure too. If they agree to pay the buyer's broker. And you don't have to show the BRBC. You can just show part of the BRBC that indicates what the rate is that the sellers should be paying the broker.
So it's the listing agent's responsibility to ask for it, and if they don't, then I guess we don't have to, right?
The agent, you should ask for that.
Right, but when I submit offers, nobody's asking for it. They're just, okay, this is what you want. I mean, so.
Yeah, if they don't ask for it, that's fine.
Okay. Thank you.
But if they do ask, you have a duty to disclose.
Sure.
At least the rate. You don't have to do the whole BRBC. Yes.
Right. Okay. Thank you.
Sure, you're welcome.
Hi, Peter.
Hi.
I got some questions about the BRBC. Is there any guideline of how many days is the effectivity of the BRBC between the buyers and us, the brokers?
Is there anyone? I'm sorry, I can't hear you too well.
The effectivity date of the BRBC between the buyers and the agent or the broker. What is the maximum days we can have the BRBC in effect?
BRBC, it depends on is it exclusive or
non-exclusive. In the exclusive.
Exclusive, you have I think it's 3 months, right, Michelle?
Yeah, 90 days to
90
be
days.
exact. So 3 months could be 92 days. So make sure you're really counting the days.
Yeah, it's counting the days, not like 3 months or something.
Yeah.
It's 90 days.
So before the expiration of that 90 days, can that be extended, or we have to write another BRBC?
No, you can extend it.
Okay.
You can extend it. Yeah.
Okay. The second question is, if let's say the commissions indicated on the BRBC is higher than what the seller is offering to pay.
Yeah.
Is the seller obligated to follow what the BRBC commission indicates?
No, the seller can pay any rate to
lower than the BRBC.
There's no requirement that the seller has to follow the BRBC rate.
Okay.
But if the seller is willing to pay the broker, the buyer's broker, at a higher rate than what the BRBC, then the agents cannot get the higher rate.
Okay. So, but if it's the other way around, we cannot ask for if the seller offers a lower rate, we cannot ask for the higher rate.
Yes,
Where are
yes.
the cards? That's it. And the cards in the mixer outside. Oh, okay. Okay. I'm not gonna walk over there anymore. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Peter, I have a question. This is Annie.
Yeah.
Regarding to piggyback the question, let's say the BRBC, the buyer agent specify 3% on the BRBC. Seller is willing to pay 2.5%. There's a 0.5% difference.
Mm-hmm.
And if the buyer or the selling agent takes off the clause where the buyer cannot pay for the difference, then the agent would just get 2.5%.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yes. It's, the agent get the whatever that the seller pays the 2.5%, and legally they can go back to the agent, to the not agent, to the buyer to get another 0.5% if the BRBC agrees 3%. But if if
Okay.
they check the box of that they cannot afford to pay, then the buyer is not obligated to pay the difference.
Okay,
Okay.
got it.
Okay, thank you.
Uh-huh.
Peter, I have a question.
Yeah.
If I write an offer with for this buyer, but he doesn't qualify for the loan, and by the way, we were told from the beginning from the seller that they won't pay. The buyers had to pay their own closing costs, commission and everything. So when we write the offer, they got the broker commission at 2%, but he didn't qualify for the loan, so the deal's over. Okay, because he didn't qualify for the loan. Now, if that person come back with a cosigner on the same property, if the buyer come back again with the cosigners.
Gluten-free crackers? Do you know gluten-free crackers?
No.
Mute yourself, please. Mute
Do I'm out
yourself.
of do the agents out of the picture because they come back again? Before you were representing one person only. Now they come again with the cosigners. So let's say myself as an agent.
I still understand your scenario. You say,
Okay, wait. Let me start again. I write an offer, okay, representing this previous client of mine. Okay, so they're trying to buy a house for the son, but the son didn't qualify for the loan.
Okay.
When we submit the offer and everything, we go to the bank, and the bank say, nope, you don't qualify for the loan. So they told me, that's it. Nothing else we can do. But if they decided to come back again on the same property, but now he comes with cosigners.
You came with what? Another one?
Cosigners.
Cosigner? Oh, okay.
Yeah, when the two cosigners, the parents, for instance.
Okay.
But I'm not writing the offer. They told me I don't have money to pay your commission, whatever, so I didn't qualify for the loan, so that's it. But they decided to go back again because they are neighbors and everything, the owners and the sellers.
Are they the original party?
The same party, but now this time the buyer, it comes with the parents as a cosigners.
Okay.
My question is, if he signs a buyer's agreement with me, when I talk to them and we tell them, if you don't qualify for the loan, so the deal's over. Now they come back with the cosigners.
Okay.
Do I have to do something on that?
Did you have a proper cancellation?
Cancellation? No.
Yeah, if it's not covered, it's an ongoing deal, so you still
Thank you.
have it. Nothing wrong with that. Then if you come back and rectify the problem of the loan contingency, that's okay. Then she's still obligated to pay you.
Even though the buyer's agreement the broker commission agreement was with one person only, but he didn't qualify for the loan.
Right.
Now they come back again, eventually, but then now this time they come back with the parents.
Okay, the parent, but the parent is just a cosigner. He said they're not the owner.
Oh,
They're not the buyer. They are not the buyer, right?
They are writing the offer. They're representing themselves right now.
So tell me, the buyer, are they the same person or they have additional two people?
Yeah, they're gonna write a new offer, but they're gonna put a three different. I mean, now this time it's gonna be three persons.
Three people, right?
Yeah.
Three people. Yeah, then they have to sign another BRBC with the other two people.
Yeah, but they don't want to deal with me, for instance, with myself as an agent, because they say we don't have money to pay your commission. But they go ahead and write the offer, like by themselves, without agent.
Yeah, so also it depends what the understanding is. It has to have a factual scenario. Where you yeah, you're right. This is uncertainty there.
Mm-hmm.
So technically, if you begin with one party and now you have three party, then it's a new deal.
New deal. Okay.
Yeah.
No, I have an idea. I have a thought about that.
Yeah.
I say, okay, I'll let it alone. I mean, I don't wanna.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Sure.
Any
more questions?
Can I clarify that for what Alexander was mentioning, Peter?
Yeah.
I think the best, what us as the agents, we have to pre-qualify the buyers first before we even start showing the property. In other words, get them pre-approved, so that there won't be any waste of time.
Yeah.
So by that,
that's the ideal situation.
Then the BRBC done before we even show the property.
Yeah, that would be the ideal situation, but most of the transactions are not ideal. So yeah, sometimes.
Because the thing is, if you don't let them pre-approved or pre-qualified before we show them property, gosh, we're wasting our time and efforts of showing property for a buyer who's not even qualified to buy.
Yeah, true.
So just my thoughts.
No, it's all right, buddy. I understand your point. But this is kind of special deal because, again, this is a previous client of 20 years ago when her son now is a grown man. So, I know the family for a long time. I deal with them for so long. And they tried to buy the house for their son. Well, actually, he tried to go by himself, but he didn't qualify for the loan. So the agreement was between the son and I. Deal's over. He didn't qualify for the loan. Now they come back when the parents, and it's a deal between neighbors. I never look for a property and everything. Yes, a neighbor. So now that they are going to, I think they already wrote an offer, sell by owner, let's say, for instance, or represent themselves. But now there are three persons on the transaction. So
yeah,
I guess I'm out of the picture. I had nothing to do with that.
Yeah, Alex, maybe you can come to my office and just talk more about it and see if we can explore any other way to settle these things.
Okay.
How's that?
Can I put in my 2 cents? This is Camelia.
Yeah, Camelia, yeah.
Sometimes the seller will say, I'm not paying commission. And you say, well, if you want my buyer, you will pay commission. And you know what? If you insist, they will pay you the commission. So don't just
don't
keep
give up.
That happened to me. They said, we're not paying. And I just said, then you're not getting my buyer. So, and then they paid.
Well,
yeah, that's true.
All right. Got you guys. Thank you.
All right. Anything else? Any more questions? There's a good discussions today. Very good.
Oh, Peter, one more question.
Okay.
I was listening to your points, that where you mentioned it, that we cannot change the commission. For instance, let's say that the sellers agree to pay only 2%, commission to the buyers, and we put that the buyers do not have enough money. That's why the sellers agree to pay our commission. But we request a 3%, but they say no, only 2%. Okay. Now, as I heard you, by the end of the transaction, if the sellers are agree, it's okay. I'm okay to pay you the 3%, even though we put
Yeah,
2%.
yeah.
It could be as a bonus.
No, you cannot. No, you cannot. No, you cannot get them higher than what the buyer agreed to pay you, because you are representing the buyer.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah, so
Gotcha.
that's the whole point. You have to get a rate that is comfortable for you and stick with it.
I gotcha.
Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Okay. Any more questions? If not, then we'll see you next week.
Bye-bye,
All
everybody.
right. Have a nice
See you
nice week.
Wednesday. Bye-bye.
Wednesday too. Yeah. Bye-bye.